Broadcast live.
They can bring the food if they want.
I've been asking.
I'm just saying this. They can bring the food if they want, since we're here. You know.
Slick.
You know. I mean, like, come on. You know what I mean? But I'm coming. I'm coming to your house. You better know how to cook. You know. I'm seeing your
I know how to Uber Eats. You know.
Do you even know how to ride the bike? Okay, never mind.
Me.
Can we please? I was just really saying that message out there. You know.
He's not pointing it in anybody's direction.
But it's the truth. No, it's really how I feel. They can bring the food whenever it's ready. What up? Yeah. I know you're hungry. I mean, you know, I'm going out. I'm doing all this for you. Please remember.
I am the excuse for you to get free lunch.
I never get people food. People must starve. You know, you need hungry rappers.
No? Well, at least I'm not a rapper, so we're good.
Hungry dancers and rappers. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. You?
Easy, man. Now, I was surprised, firstly, about the fact that, like, okay, so now you make music, you know. Please just tell me.
How are you surprised a whole year later?
No, man. I mean, my surprise extends. It's the extended surprise. You know
the long tail.
You know the dub mix surprise. It's the dub mix surprise.
Yeah, no, thank you. Sure. So last year, August, I dropped the first EP.
Yeah.
And I've dropped 2 songs after. So what's that? 5 songs in total.
No, but still, you know, I mean, you drop songs while we're locked inside. So it's not like you've had this rollout of 20 years. You are acting. I'm still surprised. Okay.
At least.
I haven't met you. I haven't.
You should have been listening to the music.
It's not like I saw you after you dropped your music, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm surprised. I've been holding this.
You've been waiting to tell me. Later. Yeah, I'm still surprised.
Surprised.
It just felt like a natural progression. I mean, I've been DJing for almost 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
I would say only the last 3 to 4 years have I actively taken it seriously. It just felt like the next step, you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's a huge way, and I was speaking to another artist who's actually a dancer and another one who's just a rapper.
Yeah.
And the minds of how dancers choose beats versus how rappers would choose beats is a little bit different. I mean, how do you balance that space of I still need to keep the energy, while at the same time, you know, I'm still making a song. You know what I mean?
I think for me, like initially I was very boxy. Like I need to have this sound, this look, this feel, and now I'm not like that at all. I enjoy music. So even when I started DJing, if you ask me, what do you play? I play hip hop, and now I play Afro. Like that's my style. I love music. So it's like when I make the music, it needs to feel like me. That's the first thing. It's not just, okay, what am I gonna dance to? What do people know me as a dancer? So when I dropped the EP, the 3 sounds on there were hip hop, Afro, and funk. And that's just setting me up for everything I release here after. You know what I mean? No Other Way that came out in Feb. I worked on with Tweezy. That's like Afro pop. You know? So I don't need it doesn't have to be the whole time. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you are, and can I say that you are like you one of like the I don't even want to say pioneers, but you like a legend in the dance world. You know what I mean?
I'll take it. Who heard that? I think let's put that on a slow-mo. Let's repeat it.
All the real dancers that don't feel so, we'll remove that part.
Get at me.
I mean, like when you look at the whole dancing world, and you look at and you look at how it's evolved, you know, with regards to the growth. Do you see any growth from the space that you guys, that when you were literally like really focused on it? Has there been any real growth? Or is it a case of, is this part of the reason why you're diversifying? Is it personal, or is it about the genre?
No, I think it's 100% about the culture for me. You know what I mean? Like, I've been hip hop from a kid, and I didn't even know what that meant. So being a B-girl, first and foremost, for those who don't know what it is, that's a breaker, a female breaker. It was the original dance of hip hop. And then to be a DJ on top of it, I'm just exploring the culture.
You said being a B-girl.
Yeah.
Man, you were like Beetle.
What do you mean?
You pronounce that like a
beagle.
beetle. You're like being a beagle.
B-girl.
Thank you. I know what a B-girl is. I was about I'm about to learn something new, B-girl.
No, B-girl, not a beagle. That's a dog.
Oh, really?
A beagle.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, with the
All I know is
a beagle and a beagle.
All I know is a police dog and a Chinese dog.
You know the apartheid dog?
Yeah, do you know the China dog? The
fluffy one.
No, the one with the small eyes like this is good. Those are the only
I'm
dogs
not sure
I know.
those are actually breeds, but I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah? The one that looks like it's got like a
Yes.
cone in the front of his head.
I'll get it.
It is.
My dog knowledge is also up
It's
there.
a Chinese dog. Police dog and Chinese
And
dog.
Chinese dog.
Those are the only dogs
It's not a bull
I know.
terrier. It's got the sharp head. It is a bull
A
terrier.
bull terrier's got a flat face.
No. I don't think so.
Is this
That's a
other
boer bull. Anyway, moving along swiftly. So, no, look, I think the way we've done dance has changed. I think when I initially started, it was like, yeah, where is this thing going?
Yeah.
Now for me, it's a fully fledged career. It's still very much the forefront of what I do. I mean, I'm going to the Olympics potentially. You know what I mean? It's the thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's the thing that makes everything else possible. I make more money off dance than anything else. That being said, I'm not a performer. I'm not a backup dancer. I don't just dance for the sake of it. So it's about how
pole
you.
dancing.
I mean, depends. Sometimes I got a pole in my head, like the most like technical pole dancing you've seen in your life, you know? Like specialized. No.
Special pose.
Yeah, backflip on the pole. Yeah, no. So I think for me, dance will work. Yeah, it's still very small, but it's about how you work it. I had to stop saying it's for the culture for a very long time, and I had to be about it's my job. And that's how the game changed for me. So when I got into DJing, it wasn't, I need more money. It was just like, I like this thing. Why not? And like I said, I became somebody who stopped wondering if it's going to work. And I stopped caring what you thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You.
Yeah,
in general, you and you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I am. I think life is short, man. So tomorrow, if I want to start playing chess, see on.
But I guess it's giving you the freedom, like you say, like to be whatever you want to be, you know, including playing chess. I mean, we had a couple of questions also, and I wanted to just jump into the questions from social, you know. Through dancing, do you feel like you found your true purpose, and have you ever come across other young girls who were inspired by you? Did this make you want to be the inspiration to the other young girls?
Sure. I don't think I ever set out to be an inspiration. I think it happens over time. And I get it almost every day. You know, I do a lot of TV. I'm currently on a TV show right now that is in all 52 African countries, in the UK, the Indian islands. And it's crazy
So
when
you're famous, huh?
I'm not famous. Me, I'm about the work. Like for me, like I don't need you to know my name and not know what I do.
Yeah.
I need you to know what I do and be like, damn, she's dope at what she does.
Yeah.
Whatever comes afterwards, sharp, we can take a photo. But for me, it's about the work. So that being said, it's crazy the messages I get from people on the other side of the world who are facing the same kind of challenges that we have here. And who are in the same position as I am, and who say, I would have loved to try this, but I never had the guts. It can be the most simple things as, I want to get a tattoo, but I'm scared. Or how did you tell your parents you wanted to pursue dance? You know, it's the little things, you know, and then you realize, hey, if I can do this, you can do this thing, man. And I think that's where the inspiration comes from, is just having the guts to be yourself, and then everybody else feels like, oh, okay, sharp, let's all be ourselves. You know what I mean?
And I guess, you know, now that everyone is seeing the world, that's such a great opportunity to plug the other work that you're doing outside dance, you know? You know, you said something that really is very important to me, but I don't know if you're aware of it. You said you don't care whether people know your name, but you have to realize something. Your name is your surname, and your surname is your name.
What?
I won't lie to you, because all the time I do is the Paul knows.
You were trying to figure out which one is my name.
Yeah, please tell me
I'm
that.
always scared, like, is that your stage name? No, it's on my ID.
I know it's your. I know.
Even that apostrophe is there. Don't ask me why. It's a colored thing.
I know it's your real name, you know.
Yeah.
But do you know that, like, that's a little bit opposite, right? Because Paul is a person's name.
Yeah, I suppose. So weird fact, like I come from like Nepalese heritage. And
Where is that? Is that in Japan?
the border of China and India.
Damn. Bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
I can just see you with the dot here now.
nah, I'll call me.
can see
Any
you with the dot
opportunity, I'm
now.
out. So funny enough, like my grandfather and my dad and everyone, like they had to drop the like more Indian surname because they weren't getting work. So Paul was their second name.
Oh.
So anybody else that's Paul is not my family. Because I always get, hey, this is your cousin. I don't like. That's not even my surname.
You don't know, we don't cheated the books.
Everybody is family, but when you see that Paul, yeah, it's not the same ones.
So what, do you know what the real surname is though? Paul Hazenhoff.
No, it's there. It was Lachman Singh. Ah!
Lachman, that's like
Lachman
two Indian
Singh.
surnames. That's like hiring two Indians.
But
Lachman and
double
Singh.
the trouble. Now you're trying to get
That's
a job.
why
and
you.
they're
That's
like,
why
you're
your.
not just one Indian, you're two.
That's why your family.
My
One
family
person
said,
came here with
one
two
of them-
surnames. They're like, "Ay, this one
Somebody's
extra
got to
Indian,
go.
extra spicy." Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it's hectic. I've actually never told anybody that. So
That's
yeah.
incredible. Yeah, because for me, that's it. Or you know, and like I know you, so that's why I don't even call you because I'm like. Ash, but you know, am I calling her by a surname? Hey, do your ancestors know I'm calling her Courtney,
Yeah.
Courtney Paul?
My ancestors don't even know their own surname at this stage, man.
Hey.
But we move.
Hey, but we move. What? I mean, so you've also like worked with Vuse, and what appealed with you? You know, just working with the company, and you've worked with quite a few brands. You know. But what was the one thing that stood out with them?
So I think the first thing to note is that I'm actually very picky. I don't just like working with anybody for the sake of it. Like if I'm in it, I'm in it. So same thing with Vuse, you know, when we initially started working, I can't even remember what the first project was. But since then, I think we've been working, we've done about 4 or 5 projects or something like that. And for me, that's the most important thing, is seeing a brand that really invests and doesn't just stand there and say, hey, here's this thing, go do something with it. Like genuinely invest, take time to understand the person that they're working with. And that to me is important because I feel like our stories get lost in translation and we all just end up becoming like a name or a face, but you don't know this thing, you know what I mean? So that Roots of Inspiration video, it was so special to me because it was the first time I actually went home to my family home, to the community I grew up in. And people got to see where it all began.
In that middle of, I thought you were
No,
going to say
in Durban. We don't have that kind of budget. Nobody's taking me to Nepal.
You know, I was like, let's go find your family.
I mean, I tried.
Let's go find
like
your
a kumbele
family.
kaya.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
please, yeah, actually, can somebody write that down? Next one, we are going to Nepal. Thank you.
Let's go. You know what I mean? That's like premium kumbele
yeah.
kaya.
If you really give a damn about me, take me there. No, but it was amazing, man, because also like, that week I had shot such a massive campaign for G-Star. Like I was on set the whole week. I flew out the Thursday, immediately got into hair, like braiding my, it was such a night, like I was so tired. But the moment we started rolling, which I think was 6:30 that Friday morning in my mother's house, it was such a surreal feeling. There's neighbors standing by the wall with their phones. The same lady was like, you'll be nothing. She's you know, so for me, stuff like that is important. And when I see a brand that can get behind me in that kind of way, yeah, I'm in your corner.
Oh, so you basically, you see, that's why I was asking earlier on, like, so home is Durban.
Home is Durban.
Home is Durban. Okay. So you here on your own, you came up here in the city to come figure it out.
Yeah, 21. I remember I was still dancing for Toya Delazy at the time.
Yeah.
And I was the only one still in Durban. And Toya, I mean, if anybody remembers, Toya was busy. Like she could do 2 countries a weekend, like just J. So I was like, okay, so basically you guys are saying I'm gonna get fired if I don't move because the whole team flies out of Joburg. So I was like, sharp, let me pack my bags. I think I had like $600. My mother was like, see you in a month. I'm like,
yeah.
9 years later. She's still waiting for me to come home.
We don't know people's stories like that. You always looking fresh, fly, cool in these streets, you know.
That's the thing, people think I come from like money for some reason. I'm like, if you know, like, I mean, for me, I lost my dad at 13. I was hijacked in Durban. I was pistol whipped. I had 9 staples in my head. I've been stabbed. I grew up in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't look at me like that. Like I grew up in it.
I'm worried about myself. Did I forget to throw a gang sign? Because I'm still with you for a couple of minutes. I just need to make sure that like my car's still outside there. You know?
I got my own. I got my own now. You know.
I don't know who you're rolling with. You know, you're like, let me just act like I'm doing an interview and check the
Back at
scene.
that, I'm just.
Let me just check the scene. And you're like, I know this.
No. I was never the one doing the mugging. I was getting mugged. What's wrong with you?
Oh, so you were like 50 cents. You get shot 8 times.
But then I came back.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, like, I didn't grow up, in a great, supported, beautiful environment. I went through it, So when I moved, people were like, it's gonna be hard, and I've never known anything else.
And
so it didn't scare me,
So, I mean, I guess moving from that kind of environment, and I would even say from those experiences, and which literally you can't control, they just happen on their own. And coming to an experience of, I'd say, growing pains, difficulty of growing your career.
Yeah.
Those pains seem less than because you have chosen this struggle versus being in an environment where you haven't chosen the struggle
100%.
of the things that happened there. So it's almost like when people talk about, hey man, it's gonna be hard in Joburg, you're like, I know what hard is.
Like for me, I was like, there is nothing more I can go through that would like scare me in comparison to what I've gone through already. In my mind, I'd gone through the worst. And sure, there's been hard times, of course, like when I moved here again, how do you, as a dancer, remember, I'm also not that female dancer that gets on stage in the hot shorts and I'm getting booked. No, I'm like, can I do the handstand for you guys? And they're like, there is no market for that. Nobody gives a damn. You know what I mean? So,
Boswell Wilkins is coming next week, okay?
Exactly. Standing by the people's cars, doing cartwheels. Like, there was no market, and there still isn't. The only way now that I've managed to create the space is because there's this thing now that nobody else has, and that suddenly, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's sport or women coming to the forefront, you realize that what I'm doing is not just a play thing. It's not an easy thing to get into. Even from the DJing aspect, you see everybody's a DJ now. We hear that all the time. And for a female, you need to look a certain way in order to get that booking. I'm not that girl. I'm like, I'm playing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing the thing. So I've always chosen, I don't want to say a harder route, but it's my authentic route. And that makes me most comfortable. I couldn't do anything else. I'd rather call it a day on life, eh?
It's incredible. So even on your worst day, you're at the top because you know the worst in life.
I like to think so. I mean, look, there's nothing.
I mean, I know you've had it.
Yes.
But there's nothing as powerful as that in life.
I've been through it.
Yeah. Knowing that, I'm having a bad day in Joburg. It could be this, it could be a money thing, it could be this. But
I'm fine.
It's just this day. You know what I mean? But like, I know that life could be bad.
I had to learn very early on, man. You got to keep it moving. Like you can either be a victim to life or to circumstance, or you keep it moving. And I'm a keep it. Just now you said you move too fast. I don't even give either if something great happens to me today, I give myself a day or two to either be happy about it or sad about it. And then I've got other stuff to do, man.
No, never mind me. I was making an excuse for actually not making time to get to know you.
Guys, you know when I say refuse to be denied? Now you have to be fast to sit and have this conversation.
I had to respond real fast and go, no, but I had to blame it you. But like,
It's you,
But I think also, we all kind of moving and we don't make time to engage with each other. I mean, like when they said, Courtney, I was like, come on, man. I know Paul, I know Courtney. I don't know whether he's Paul. I know, come on, man, we good. You know what I mean? But the truth of the matter, we've never made time because we know each other through other channels, through other pipes. You know what I mean?
Now we're here making our own pipe.
Now we're making our own pipe. And wow, I never knew this. This is great. So now that you're in this world, one of the questions was like, what does your morning routine look like?
Depends on the day. I think I'm very lucky if I have the same day twice. Most of the days I wake up, I'm in like gym training for an hour. Then I'm in studio for 2 hours. And then it's either shoots.
Music studio?
No, dance training all the time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So you're dancing every day?
I'm going to the Olympics. I'm not just creating a sci-fi, open up the circle and then doing some guys.
Olympics.
Olympics. You're only saying that because the South African team was wearing those shoes this year. No, it's a very serious thing for me. This is the first year that I'm actually back competitively. I go to Poland in 2 weeks for the world final. It's the first African female to ever go.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying, man? So I can't just be laying in bed thinking about training. I actually have to do it. So my days are like super, like physically strenuous. And then I do mixes for radio. Just depends. It really depends.
You know, I never care how many people watch a video, but like, I love being around people that are inspiring, you know? And you inspire me to be 100 with you.
Thank you.
And sometimes inspiration is just moving around you, but you never stay, hey, stop. Let me
Guys,
ask.
this guy ignores me 24/7. Don't be fooled by these nice words now. Hey.
Why would you say that? Why would you
No, you know what it is, and I'll put you on the spot a little bit, but what I've found is in the industry, you can know people, the platforms can exist, but if you're not part of a certain circle, it moves past you. So for me, as a colored female from Durban who comes into a space that doesn't, like I know you, but I don't know you. We don't move in the same space, da 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 da. However, if we did, who knows what my career would be or what it would look like or who would know what I do. Not to say you're the plug, you know, but
But there is a platform called The Plug. Yo, why y'all sleeping on?
Yeah, I'm talking about The Plug.
Why y'all sleeping on Courtney The Plug? Why?
But you get what I'm saying? So what I find is that we're trying to grow an industry, but I don't like that gatekeeper stuff. But what happens is that we almost assume, no, I'll catch you on the other side, instead of being instrumental in people's parts or just asking a question, getting to know what's actually happening. Like even you were hosting for Inspired Live. I played a set there. I launched the Ooey single with Les and them on there. Yeah. And I still did a dance thing on there. I did 3 separate sets on that show. We never spoke about it once. You know what I mean?
Did we even cross a path?
No, but this is what I'm saying. So it's like where we could be building the industry 10 times more, we sleep on it.
Well, firstly, let's not. I know you're gonna be. I'm a colored from Durban.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm married to a colored. Okay.
Then you should understand the struggle.
So,
why are you acting confused?
My children are probably colored too.
Yeah.
So, but I keep telling them that y'all are black.
Yeah.
Y'all are black.
No, look, it's not about the race thing, but it does have its like own challenges. You know what I mean?
I think it's
apart from AKA, what other colored people you know in the industry that are like killing it? Shame ego.
I'll tell you, my African dream.
Please cut this right now. The fact that we went for you might as well take me, meet me at the rim.
I was about to say Mark Lottery. Come on, man.
This is a pandemic on its own.
Ricardo.
Who's Ricardo?
I love you, Daddy.
No.
You are. He's the original Soul for Real.
So when I talk about colored people, this is why. Because we're still talking about Soul for Real.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No.
But you get me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Look, I think that there's also those things where, yes, I don't even think. I think there's human dynamics also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not in any circle. I'm literally just a person you can plug in, like go. And it's almost like maybe you also haven't had the chance to like sit with me like this. You know, because I'm like, you're such a vibe. Do you know what I mean? Straight up, you know.
Why are you sucking up now? Too little, too late.
But you never knew that I was this vibe also.
When did I say you were a vibe?
No, you're about to find out. You're about to find out. That's why you I unplug you.
You see when they talk about blacklisting.
That's why I'm calling all the other gatekeepers.
No, you know, and you know what? I can happily sit here and say I'm past that. I don't require somebody to open a door anymore.
Yeah.
I think if you asked me 2 years ago, I'd have been like, yes.
Yeah.
If Maporisa can come with me to the studio and just push my, you know what I mean? Like, but I think it started maybe beginning of last year. I mean, I headlined the Met with Coffee.
Yeah.
Holly Ray. There was like 4 of us, and that's when I started to realize, I'm waiting for the scene to go. Yay!
Yeah.
I have to move past that.
But I mean, you know what's the funniest thing? Everybody, I don't care what race you are, everybody in the industry thinks that like someone is not trying to help them. You can sit here and go, yeah, some people are in certain circles, But that circle is a circle of strugglers. No one has even got the plug at most times.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
I hear
So,
you.
so what you need to know is that it's not about like someone reaching out. It's about you looking. I mean, right now you can say yes. It would still be great to be in around the energy of a Porisa just for his, not because I need anything from him, but just to be around his energy.
No,
if I
but
was
even
going to
that
make
being
music.
said, no, maybe my wording was wrong because Pori and I spoke 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, let's rock.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to that at all. I'm a very straightforward person. If I want something from you, I communicate it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I think I'm past feeling like I need someone to put me on in order to achieve something.
And what I'm trying to say is that that feeling is an irrelevant and an unimportant feeling because everybody is waiting for that. Everybody. And when I say
if we utilize what we already have, we wouldn't be waiting.
Yeah,
that was my
yeah,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because if we talk about everyone waiting for it, that's why 80 or 90% of the people are like not figuring it out.
Yeah.
But then you find this few that literally go, I'm not gonna wait. So you can say to me, I've been in this industry for almost 20 years now. Like the squad, we literally the Squatter Camp albums, 20 years. You know why I'm here in the industry? Because radio and television never wanted to do any more interviews with me. They wanted to ban me for a song. You know what I said? I said, then I'm gonna start this online thing.
And I'm gonna interview myself. Yeah.
And I'm gonna be out there interviewing myself, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all of us are
I'm with you.
all of us are products of us saying we're gonna do it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, so you've moved from a point where you are talent to a point where like you're going, how am I now literally like spreading the talent? You know, you've moved from acknowledging that I'm really good at dancing to going, no, I've actually got this skill and how am I gonna make it to help it, use it to make me connect with everybody else. And that's where you are. And like I'm saying, you know, I mean, I've never spoken to you and I'm not shy to say it, you know, like because I never knew who you are as a person, and you pretty much have a vibe.
Pretty much.
If I do say so myself.
I'll take it. Thank
And
you.
you've done a lot, you know, and it's just that like some of the things that you do, it's not the things that mainstream media thinks that they key, and that's when you know that it's your thing and it's personal. It's not like mainstream success is not everything that everybody like literally like jumps onto. There's some people who are doing extremely successful in their own right with their gifts, like you, going to the world, doing crazy
But
things.
that's why I always say for me, like the work comes first. I would rather you know me 2 years too late than know me now and you're like, so what you doing? I'm like, hey, well, I'm still working on this thing. It's in the drafts. It's going to come out soon, as opposed to having, like my CV will give people a run for their money. Like without you even knowing it. I've choreographed everything from the Channel O's to the DSTVs. Like I've played in Dubai, you know what I mean? Yet you would never know. And maybe that's my downfall in a sense, is that I never was good at making sure people knew. I was too busy trying to do the work.
But then, you know, making people know is another job, you know? The work is a
All on
blessing
its
on
own.
the work is a blessing on its own. You know, you could be busy out there trying to, no, you know where you come from and you know that that work alone fills you.
Yeah.
It's as good as taking a picture on the gram and getting likes. That's what the work does for you. For other people, they see you and they want to do it for the likes. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Yo, man, this is dope. It's dope. I'm glad I met you.
Again.
Like
this
this,
time,
like this,
I hear
like
you.
this, you know?
Yeah.
Because
But wait, I want to go back to something you said. What did you mean when you said the way dancers choose beats and the way rappers choose beats? What's your... Obviously, you know the catalog to an extent. What's your thoughts? Where are you with that?
I think that dancers are able to choose and DJs are able to choose like music that literally that literally will move people. You know what I mean? They've got a better ear to what moves people, and rappers choose beats like based on how based on most times based on how the flow sounds, based on how the melody sounds. But you guys literally think about, and then like most times y'all don't even care about the lyrics and the vibes. You know, it's just the vibes. You know,
like if you look at the latest single I just dropped, I remember I had Money Badu's verse. I got Phantom in studio. Then I was sitting with Les and I'm like, we've got like a lot of rapping on here. I just need that like all eyes on me, Les. And he was like, okay, get in the booth and just start screaming like from your mother's mother, your dad. I'm like, my ancestors, hey. Like, you know, and for me, I think that really, it brought the whole track together. And with that song, just got my first sync deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm trying not to emulate anything. And like you said, like in terms of being a pioneer or whatever, that's what I'm really trying to do. We haven't had like a superstar female DJ out of this country yet. And I mean, I'm gonna try to do that. You know what I mean?
And
It's a
you know
matter
what?
of time.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it.
Sure.
Shout out to everyone in Durban that's watching you now and going, Vuse inspired.
You know? And yeah, man, I think that's like the big thing. Especially from where I come from, it's like, I did an interview with Devi. Do you know Devi? She used to be on, as a Cop Lodge. Devi.
Yeah, I know Devi. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like scary little person.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so,
yeah.
so her and
She's
I.
like scary little
like when
person.
she called, I was like, oh my god, what did I do? Like, because she goes after crooks, and
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there thinking, what did I do last month? Like, where was I? Did anybody see me? And we sat down, and she was basically telling me how she used to teach in the area I grew up in, and she's like, oh, that's a colored and Indian township.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, damn, it is actually. You know, so when you're in the space, it's not that bad. Yeah, I got mic'd yesterday. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And only when you leave and you start to really see it for what it is, do you start to realize, damn, I was stunted so much just by the environment I was in, by the way we thought. Like, my mother would have loved me to just finish school, go to college, get the degree, get a job, call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, be safe, get that say. And I was just like, no, I think I'm gonna go dance, hey? Like, so for me, that story is very important. And I can only hope that people coming from communities, because also when you think about it, like, what are the success stories coming out of Durban, really? We got Nasty. When you think of like a young generation, like that you can, as a kid growing up, say, I really want to be like this person. Like when I was growing up, the only colored woman I saw on TV was Loshe Cooper. That was my only frame of reference. There, she's doing train dancing. I'm like, I don't do that either. You know what I mean? So it's so tricky when you come from a space and you have no form of reference. So yes, I want to inspire, but at the same time, I just want to show people like, I wasn't handed any special like opportunities. Like, hey, take this step and jump. This thing is very possible, man. Very possible.
I'm happy.
Yeah?
I'm happy for you. I'm really genuinely happy for you. I'm happy for you, like genuinely happy for you. I'm really inspired also, and I'm glad that I could hear the story. You know what I mean? People think that I do interviews because I want to interview people, but I love hearing people's stories. That's why I say I don't have cliques or clans, because that's when you limit yourself. But immediately when you speak to people you don't know, it's like, wow, man, that's incredible. And I wish a lot more people hear this. And please take it to the world. Keep taking it to the
That's
you
the plan,
already
you know
are.
what
You
I'm
already are.
saying?
Please
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it to the world. I don't care what level you think you're going to take it, but you've already taken it to the highest level considering where you come from.
Yeah.
Yo, that's... I'm like...
I don't know where to look.
No. I'm like... Courtnaé Paul, Courtney, Paul Simon.
You would swear I have the most difficult name on the planet.
No, it's not. The name is not. You know how our minds are. Our minds make everything different.
Can I be honest
I
with
want
you
to
also?
dictate my mind to say
wait,
it's a surname.
you know your tag?
Yeah.
I always thought that thing said broke ass life.
It's okay.
Broke ass life. I'm like, why is he saying that? Okay, so it's my comment. Eh?
So it's your comment.
Okay, right.
Take it. Take the cover.
I'll take it.
Yo.
How do you realize,
Paul, Courtney, broke his life. We out.
We out.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it so much.
I'm a boy. Thank you so much.
That's so dope.
Broadcast live.